Today is all about getting any of you who are a beginner to health and wellness 5 quick tips to keep in mind when you're starting your journey. The first point is to stay on the bus. Now, I'm going to paraphrase a story or a place in Helsinki which I think could be used here to sum up my point. There's a story of Helsinki, and in Helsinki there is 2-3 dozen platforms. And on these 2-3 dozen platforms, 2 to 3 platforms, dozen platforms, and many, and I'm talking a lot of buses, basically all of the buses within the city, leave from this exact platform. For a mile or 2 miles, 2-3 miles, they all leave from the same route and the same route out of the city. So they all leave the same and take the same route out of the city. It is only when it gets to about 2 to 3 kilometers that the buses start to diverge and then take weird turnings, etc. This is called the Helsinki bus station theory. When you're starting your health journey, everything starts from a nice linear line. Everything seems very smooth, calm, but when the buses start to diverge, your mind starts to go, am I on the right bus? Is this going to get me to my correct destination, the correct location? Then you start to panic. Okay, where is this going? What is happening? And when you get to that point in your health journey, that's where people want to get off the bus, because things now seem uncertain. What was certain has now become uncertain. The road is now bumpy. Things are taking many turns, and you can't figure out if you are on the right bus, going to the right destination. But the trick is to stay on the bus, because eventually the roads will even out. Eventually, things will become more certain. Eventually, you will get to your destination. All of the buses leaving Helsinki, the drivers know exactly where they're going to go, even though the passengers have no idea if they've got on the right bus, because a lot of them, they don't display. So you have to trust that the driver says, yes, we will take you there. You have to trust the journey when you are embarking on. So first, have the confidence to get on the bus. 2, don't get off at the first stop. And then 3, endure the uncertainty, the bumpy roads, and have trust, belief that you will get to the end destination. So the trick is, with your health journey, is to first stay on the bus. The second point is to appreciate the dip. Now, I've got a little, whatever you want to call this, cue. It's my little drawing of the inevitable dip. So the inevitable dip, kind of similar to the first point. At the start, it's all exciting. You're excited to get to the gym in the morning. You're excited to start that new diet. General excitement is pretty high. But then we hit the trenches. We hit that first dip. The dip is the part, technical name is called hedonic adaptation. This is where humans fall back to their baseline of happiness. This is where excitement runs out. For example, you know when you got a new iPhone, you have the iPhone for about 2 to 3 days. After 2 to 3 days, you forgot you even bought one. All those new clothes that you bought. 2 to 3 days later, the novelty has worn off. You then probably want to buy some more clothes to elevate that excitement again. The dip is exactly the same. We lose excitement with whatever journey we are embarking on. But this part of the journey is so important because it's what I call an area of growth which you don't see. It's like when you plant a seed. The seeds are planting, but the growth is happening beneath the surface. You just can't see it until you start to reach the inevitable climb. So you have to go through the dip to appreciate who you are as a person, to appreciate the character. This point, you're going to be developing behavior traits, new character traits, and like I just said, finding out who you really are. So my best tip is to embrace the inevitable dip, because eventually, if you start seeing the big picture, start focusing on those turning up points, turning up to the gym even when you don't want to, even when you don't see results, keep consistent with your nutrition, even though you feel nothing is happening, even though you feel no weight has dropped. You have to keep in your mind, I'm in the dip right now, but I know I'm going to start coming out of it. I know this is where the results are. I know this is where new habits are formed. And this is where you will reach the end point. So appreciate there will be a dip, and the journey to health becomes much less stressful and anxiety provoking. So tip number 2 is to embrace the dip that you are inevitably going to face. We're doing well. This is probably going to be more than 5 minutes, but I'm going to crack on. 3 is seek support. Remember, you and I are human beings. We're social beings. So we find a lot of motivation, a lot of inspiration when we are with another person or a set of people or a community or a group of 2 to 3 people, however many people there are. You and I find motivation and inspiration. When you start a health journey, it can be very lonely. It's like a marathon. At the start, everyone is cheering for you. You're cheering for yourself. But it's the middle part where we can do with some help. And this could be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, husband, wife, sister, brother, or special friend, or a close friend. Just find that one person, 2 people, group of people, support network that you can call upon when things get tough. When you may need some tough love. Maybe you've been slacking, or maybe you want to give up. But someone is there at the other end saying, no, no, no. Tough love. Or someone there for you to celebrate the small wins, to celebrate you waking up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym, to celebrate you not touching the donut when it was circulating in the office. So tip number 4 is to seek, or is that 3? That is 3. 3 is to seek support because it does get tough. And if you have support, the journey to health becomes much easier. No journey is too long in the company of a friend. So 3 is to seek support. 4, find your deep reason for change. So getting healthy is good, but you know what is even better? I want to get healthy. Well, let me backtrack actually. When someone says, I want to get healthy, that is it's a good start. But when someone says, I want to get healthy because I want to feel a sense of stability again, because 2 years ago I went through a rough breakup and I want to find that stability again in my life so I can feel happier waking up. Now you've got deep emotion behind the reason to change. Getting healthy is okay, but it's not going to get you out of bed at 5 a.m. when it's raining outside, but you've made a pact with yourself to get to that boxing class. What will get you out of bed is emotion behind the goal. Emotion will move. And the word emotion literally means to move. So when you have something which is moving you, you're going to find motivation's an overplayed word, but you're going to find inspiration, let's say, to keep moving forward. So whatever you have in front of you right now, ask yourself, is it emotional enough for me to keep moving forward? And if it isn't, that is okay. You just need to ask a few whys. You need to delve a little deeper. You need to think, okay, what is my deep reason? Sit down 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, however long it takes. If it's important to you, you will do it. So sit down and ask, what is my deeper reason for change? And you might get just a couple reasons deep. It may not be the full reason, but it's enough for you to explore more. And it's enough for you to have a big driver behind your reason to change. So 4 is to have a deep emotion, is to have a deep why. And number 5 is to have fun. Life is tough, life is serious enough. So if you're not having fun on your health pursuits, with your health pursuits, then what's the point? If you're not having fun, if it's not enjoyable, it's very short-lived. If it's fun, if it's exciting, if it's something you get a buzz waking up to, then that is sustainable. That's what is going to keep you going for the long run. A really good quote by a mountaineer, I think his name is Alex Rowe, and he says the best climber in the world is the one who's having the most fun. And it really resonates with me because it is very true. It's not about accolades. It's not about how much weight people lose. It's not about the gold stars. It's not about, it is about that, of course. But the real reason we should be doing this, or the real reason that humans do anything, is because we enjoy it. There's some level of enjoyment. Yes, at times it's arduous, it's tough, it's challenging, but that's part and parcel. They're interchangeable. Fun, but challenging. Fun, discomfort. If it's laborious, feels like a chore, boring, I don't want to do this because I have no excitement for this. That's not going to last long. if it's fun, if it's enjoyable, if it's something you can see yourself doing until the end of the time, then you're going to carry on with that thing. You're going to carry on and everyone's a winner. You achieve your health goals and you have fun in the process. Thanks for your time. If you enjoyed this one, remember to subscribe to the channel. Cheers, everyone.